Ma'am, you really don't want to mess with that crate, I said, my voice steady as I watched beads of sweat glisten on Lisa Harper's forehead. She stood there, clutching her clipboard like it was a shield, staring at the back of my truck as if it held the apocalypse itself. Her fingers twitched, her lips quivered, and the neighborhood kids, perched on their bikes, gawked with wide-eyed glee. The crate gave a faint rattle not from anything dangerous, mind you, but because of some old plastic containers from my mom's basement that had jostled loose on the drive. The real explosion was coming, though, and it wasn't in the crate. It was standing right in front of me. 5 feet of HOA-fueled fury, armed with a superiority complex and ready to take on the U.S. military. I've been back in the States for barely 3 days, fresh off a 13-month stint overseas as a military armory officer. I thought I'd seen it all: war zone chaos, supply line nightmares, but nothing could have prepared me for Lisa Harper, the self-proclaimed guardian of Pinewood Estates. She wasn't elected, wasn't hired. She was just a force of nature, a tornado in khaki capris and too much perfume. I'd parked my military-issue truck in my driveway at dawn, my wife, Emily, still asleep inside. I'd texted her the night before about my early flight home, but she hadn't replied, probably cried herself to sleep with her phone in one hand and a wine glass in the other. War does that to us, makes the little things sacred. I glanced up at our bedroom window, smiling, the cool morning air wrapping around me like a hug. Then I saw her. Lisa stood 3 houses down, clipboard in hand, eyeing me like a hawk spotting a squirrel. I gave her a polite nod. She marched over. "You can't park that here," she declared, voice sharp as a knife. It violates Section 14B of HOA rules. Military vehicles belong in a garage. "It's my personal truck," I said calmly. "Registered to me. It says U.S. government on it," she snapped. "Yeah, because it is," I replied, not unkindly. She glared. I stared back. For a moment, the only sounds were sprinklers hissing and a sparrow chirping nearby. Then she saw it. The crate in the truck bed, 4 feet long, metal reinforced, with a red sticker screaming, "Do not open without clearance." "What's in there?" she demanded, eyes practically glowing. I paused. "You don't want to know." Her face tightened. "Is it a weapon?" "No," I said, "but you still don't want to open it." "You're hiding something," she hissed. "And you're about 5 seconds from explaining to the cops why you think HOA rules trump federal law." That didn't sit well. She stormed off, her sandals slapping the pavement like an angry metronome, already dialing her phone with the fury of a toddler denied candy. 10 minutes later, my phone buzzed. Not a text and alert from the neighborhood watch group chat. Lisa had posted, "Saw potential security threats saw on Elm Street. Suspicious military truck. Possible weapons cache. Police notified. Stay VY Gillant. Lisa H, safety coordinator." I sighed and typed back. "Saw hi Lisa, it's Tom Carter. That's my truck. I'm a federal armory officer. I live here." "The crate?" "Just my mom's old plastic containers." Saw 2 seconds later, her post vanished. Emily emerged 20 minutes later, hair a mess, wearing my sweatshirt, holding 2 mugs of coffee like she knew I needed reinforcement. "You've been home 2 hours and Lisa's already got you pegged as a terrorist," she said, smirking. In my defense, I said, taking a mug, she saw the crate. Emily peeked at the truck and burst out laughing. "Is it your mom's basement junk?" "Yup." "She saw the sticker, didn't she?" "Oh, she saw it." Emily winced. "She's probably Googling how to arrest an army truck. She already called the cops." Sure enough, a patrol car rolled up, slow and casual, no lights. Officer Daniels, a guy I knew from before my deployment, stepped out. Good guy. Always sided HOA nonsense. "Morning, Captain," he said with a grin. "Back from overseas just in time for suburban chaos." "You know it," I replied. "Lisa says you've got a weapon stockpile. Maybe a WMD." Emily snorted coffee. "It's plastic containers," I said. She mentioned VY bratting noises, Daniels added, scribbling nothing in his notebook. "It rattled," I said. He nodded. Classic HOA panic. Last month, she called a lawnmower a covert drone. Lisa charged up, full of righteous indignation. "Officer Daniels, you need to open that crate now for community safety." He's hiding explosives. Daniels glanced at me, then her, fighting a smile. Tom, what's in there? I climbed into the truck bed, unlatched the crate with a theatrical flourish, and swung it open. Lisa leaned in, trembling, only to find stacks of yellowing Tupperware, some with lids, one with a note from my mom. Keep this one. Lisa blinked. What is this? Family heirlooms, I said. Daniel snorted. Emily cackled. But Lisa's eyes darted to a hidden panel beneath the containers. Her face shifted, scheming, dangerous. What's under that? I didn't flinch. Ma'am, you do not want to open that crate. This time, I'm in it. By noon, Pinewood Estates was in full-blown suburban crisis mode. Kids stopped biking, lawnmowers fell silent, and old Mr. Jenkins set up a lawn chair to watch the drama. Lisa stood by my truck like a general, clipboard ready, phone out, declaring to no one in particular, this street is on lockdown until this is resolved. Non-resident vehicles are banned. It's a public street, I called as Emily handed me a sandwich, while VYing me off from engaging. Lisa ignored me, drawing chalk lines on the pavement, muttering about threat zones like she was fortifying a war zone. A kid asked if it was a game. She shooed him away from the compromised military container. Inside, Emily tuned the police scanner low, not expecting trouble, but low VYing the absurdity. Daniels had left after confirming no threat, noting in his report, crate contains plastic containers and one secured item under military clearance. He gave me a look that said, good luck with the HOA. That secured item? A biometric verification module, like a high-tech lockbox for authenticating military personnel. It's federal property, monitored, and definitely not for Lisa's prying eyes. She paced around my truck like a wannabe cop, taping neon signs to my mailbox. Hazard warning. Emily, sipping iced tea, said she just tried to cordon off our driveway with crime scene tape. Where does she get this stuff? HOA gift shop, I muttered. Then, as if on cue, Lisa pulled a drone from her purse, launched it, and aimed it at my truck. It wobbled, clipped the mailbox, and crashed into a shrub. A kid clapped. Lisa, red-faced, blamed radio interference and stormed off, vowing an emergency escalation. An hour later, HOA President Carl Rogers arrived, a weary man who looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. Tom, he started. Lisa's got concerns. It's Tupperware, Carl. She says there's a secondary object. It's federal equipment. Tampering's a felony. His eyebrows shot up. Federal? Not HOA. Exactly. He nodded, clipboard shaking. I'll calm her down. But Lisa wasn't calming down. She slid an envelope under a rock by our driveway, labeled cease and desist on HOA's safety DVY Shown letterhead. Emily laughed. This isn't legal, right? She wrote top secret in marker, I said. My phone buzzed a restricted number. Captain Carter, this is General Laura Kane, a voice said. I got a letter claiming my officers storing weapons in a suburb. Explain. I stepped away from Emily. Ma'am, you want to see this yourself. A pause. Is this about Tupperware? I blinked. You've heard. She sighed. Send details. I'm coming tomorrow. Lisa didn't sleep. Her porch light glowed at 3 a.m., a folding chair by her roses like a guard post. Emily and I watched sitcoms, peeking at her through the blinds, popcorn in hand. By morning, Lisa was in a fake military jacket, patches screaming commander, one flag upside down. She waved a laminated packet, Operation Community Shield. Your VY, OLADing HOA Security Policy 5D, she declared. That's not real, I said. It is now. My safety subcommittee voted 3-0. Who's that? Me, my dog Rusty, and Mrs. Clara. Clara's 95 and thinks it's 1975. She nodded. She was asleep. Then a tow truck rumbled in, massive, ready to haul my truck. Lisa directed it like a runway marshal. I stepped in front. Don't touch it, I told the driver. She said it's abandoned, he mumbled. It's registered on my property. Tow it. You're tampering with federal gear. He floored it, toppling Lisa's lawn gnome, and vanished. She spun on me. You're obstructing safety. You're one step from a no-fly list. I shot back. A black SUV with government plates rolled up. General Kane stepped out, sunglasses on, scowled deadly. Lisa tried to salute. It looked like a nervous wave. "Captain Carter," Kane said, shaking my hand. "I got Ms. Harper's lavender-scented letter. We're burning it," she added. Lisa piped up. "General, I demand an investigation into his dangerous cargo." Kane turned. "Ms. Harper, know what's in that crate? It's a biometric verification module for secure operations. No weapons, no explosives, and definitely not your business." Lisa stammered. "It's unsafe. Accessible. It's locked," I said. "Needs my retinal scan." Kane stepped closer. "You've called police, filed false reports, tried to tow a federal vehicle. You're inches from a federal crime." Lisa paled, clutching her clipboard, and slunk away. Inside, we gave Kane lemonade. She laughed at the Tupperware. "I've dealt with warlord with less ego than your neighbor," she said. "She reported Emily's wind chimes as a cult," I said. "And our Halloween decor was satanic," Emily added. Kane chuckled. "If she touches that crate, she's done." She left, and Emily leaned against me. "Think Lisa's done?" "No way," I said. "She's plotting." A week later, Lisa called an emergency HOA meeting. Flyers in Comic Sans screamed. "Saw urgent safety hearing. Weapons, violations, and neighborhood defense saw." My name was bolded. "Saw re-VYEW of Captain Carter's misconduct saw." We went, re-VYing early to the clubhouse. Now a mock courtroom with poster boards of blurry truck photos and captions like suspicious packages. Lisa, in her fake jacket, opened with, "Patriots, we face a hidden threat." Carl, the HOA president, looked ready to bolt. "Karen, this isn't a court," he said. She ignored him, slamming a fake badge on the table. "I demand disclosure under the Citizens Oversight Initiative." "That's not real," I said. "It's in my bylaws," she insisted. Daniels walked in, called for a disturbance. He took one look at the scene and sighed. "Karen, it's federal. It's legal. Drop it." "He's a threat," she cried. General Kane entered, unannounced, in full uniform. "Ms. Harper, this is a cease and desist order from the Army for harassing an officer and interfering with operations." Lisa laughed nervously. "A joke." "No," Kane said. "You're accountable now." The room went silent. Lisa grabbed her clipboard and fled. A week later, MOVYing truck parked at Lisa's house. She left without a word. Emily and I watched from our porch, arms around each other, as her car vanished. "Think it's over?" Emily asked. "Maybe," I said, holding up a lidless Tupperware bowl from the crate. Emily laughed. "She's still dreaming of that thing." We toasted to peace, quiet, and the sweet justice of watching nonsense crash and burn. So what do you think? Was Lisa just a paranoid busybody? Or did she have a point about safety? Should HOAs have any say over military property? And how far would you go to protect your neighborhood or your privacy? Drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe for more wild stories.